Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, I got to give a big shout out to Tom. Tom helped me complete my quest. He gave me a sample of the new Maker's Mark Cellar Age. Now, I'm going to make a long story longer because first I got to give a shout out to Brad. So, I'm at work. Brad texts me a screenshot. The screenshot is Tom. Tom is a part of a group on Facebook called the Bourbon Drinkers, DMV Bourbon Drinkers. Once I see the text, it says, hey, I don't know if the guy from Bourbon Drop is in here, but if he is, thanks for letting me know about that store because I went and got a Russell's because of the video, but I saw that they had a Cellar Age. Now let me tell you guys this. So the last video that I shot, he never even seen. He didn't know I was looking for any of the C923s or the Cellar Age. I was gonna go to that store. It is the wine shop down here in Waldorf. I was gonna go to that store and I told myself, I said, no, don't go because if he has it, it'll probably be $500. And what the other owner store, the other liquor store owner told me was that his distributor said that there were only 2 that were distributed to the area. So I was like, look, my chances of getting it are slim to none. I'm just gonna go ahead and go home. I may have had a chance to pick this bottle up. And guess what? $200 out the door. I mean, come on, man. I will use Sean from Echoes in Eternity word. This has been an amazing last couple of weeks between Brad's samples, Dave Vogelsain's samples, Tom samples, because not only did he give me this, we met up in person. We went and met up at Fred's Liquors and he looked around, I looked around, I was able to pick up this old label, and shout out to you, Tom, for looking it up. This label this label stopped being made in 2015. I've never even seen this before. Jim Beam Black double aged 8 years, so that was pretty cool. So then, not only did Tom bless me with samples of Maker's Mark, Tom blessed me with a 20-year Heaven Hill sample, and then his Bourbon Group samples pick of ECBP waffle sauce, coming in at 113.1 proof. I'm telling you, man, it has been an amazing last couple of weeks. I've got so much material that I've recorded. You guys, look, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe so you can get the videos that I'm about to put out. I've got so many coming. When I left Tom, I said, let me go by the wine shop to see if I have any luck. They had 1792 Sweet Wheat sitting on the shelf. So I had never even saw one sitting on the shelf. So I was like, well, I might as well get it. So this review will be shot tonight as well. I can't wait to get these out. So just look, you guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you can get these videos every time I drop them. Make sure you hit that bell notification. You know, I want to get into this thing. I want to give it a little time to open up. So I should have probably poured it before I started yapping. But anyway, you can see how excited I am. This is 11 and 12 years old. So Maker's Mark, they're not known for really putting an age statement on any of their products. And even when I went on their website today, it said we don't generally age our products past 10 years. So that lets me know that, hey, some of the juice that we get in some of these Maker's Mark's bottles are up to 10 years old. So this being 87% a 12-year-old and 13% an 11-year-old, I mean, that ticks all the boxes for me. It comes in at 115.7 proof. So this will be the highest proof Makers that I've ever had. Now, this is supposed to be an annual release. So it's a special annual release that they'll do once a year. Hopefully, I'll get my hands on a bottle sometime in the future once it kind of cools off a little bit. Right now, you know, all of the guys who love Maker's Mark are hunting that bottle down. You see, I had to put on a Maker's Mark Red today. Let's get it to the nose. Oh boy. That is nice vanilla oakiness. A little bit of caramel. I'm getting a little bit of proof on it, like that sour apple note that I pick up sometimes. Nice sour apple. Nice caramel, nice oakiness. Let's get into the palate, man. I'm starting to get that Maker's Mark chocolatey note sometimes that I pick up. Oh, that's a nice nose. Let's get into the palate. I wish I had a bottle. I wish I had a bottle. Oh my gosh. Butterscotch. Butterscotch, it does have a drying note, but it does not hang around for a long time. It's got this nice, I mean, butterscotch, butterscotch, butterscotch. That's all I'm going to say. It's butterscotch. It's chocolate across the back. I mean, there's virtually no char. That is chocolate. That is like deep, dark chocolate all the way across the back of the palate. That butterscotch just punched me in the, oh my gosh, it was so, I mean, it's it's good. It's worth the chase. We'll get into the breakdown, but I'm at a loss for words right now. I was excited to get it. It's nothing but butterscotch. Butterscotch, it's got like this little bit of a savory note and just deep, dark chocolate across the back. It's not like super complex at all. Nice vanilla notes. I'm not picking up the caramel that I was picking up in the nose. I'm not really picking that up. I tend to think that butterscotches are typically a little more sweet and savory. Caramel is a little more buttery and sweet, if that makes sense. But this is more butterscotch than anything, man. It's a nice vanilla note that comes across, and then just that dark chocolate across the back of the palate. Now on that third sip, I started to pick up like cream and oak. There was a little bit of cream in the front, and then that oak kind of showed up. And like I said, it's got a little bit of like a drying aspect to it, but it is not bad at all, man. I am happy that shout out again, Tom, man. I am happy that I was able to get a sample because I am a fan, as you can see, of Maker's Mark's products, okay? So we've got FAE 01, we've got the BEP, which BEP was good, but it was a little weird because mine is 110 proof. I saw some reviews out there that had 109. The only thing I could think of is they were gonna do 2 releases again, and they decided to just do 1 main release to kind of get that whole series kind of like out of the way. Because like I said, I'm a fan. I've got BRT 01, 02. I picked up the BRT 02 before I picked up the 01. I believe it was that way. I know I did that with the FAE 02. FAE 02 was my favorite. It was so good. I ran through the first bottle, got a second bottle. It lasted me for years. Shout out to Baker Drinks. I killed this on their 1,000 subscribers celebration episode live. Because Ben and Greg from the Bourbon Note, they were on there, and Greg asked everyone to pull out a Makers, and I figured what better way to kill it than on their live with them. But I've said a lot now, but I am a fan of Maker's Mark. This product right here, this may be the best of them all. I wish I had some of my FAE 02 so that I can put them side by side. You know what? Give me a chance to get the table set up, and I'll do a side by side really quick with maybe the BRT 02, because I thought that one was better than the BRT 01, and I think it was a little better than a BEP. Why not put all 3 of them together? Give me a second. Now, of course, I can't blind these because I put it in the glass already, and I didn't want to get another Glen and then get the wheel set up and all that stuff. So I'm just going to tell you what I think. So let me go into the BEP. That this is the 110 proof BEP. Oh, once again, the mouthfeel on this thing was amazing, and it did not come across like 115 proof. It didn't come across proofy at all. So let's get into the BEP. Great mouthfeel. Nice spice, a little bit of that oak comes through. For some reason, I'm picking up like more ethanol in the BEP, but it is still very good. Mouthfeel is great. Let's go into the BRT 02. When I first went into the nose of the BRTO2, the nose was very floral. It's almost like it's a different animal. This one right here was sweeter, more caramel forward. This one was more floral. It's got a lot more earthiness and dark chocolate. Now it's time to see if they hold up to the Cellar Age. Yeah, that's the clear winner. Now I'm starting to get almost like a sweet tea note, a little bit of that butterscotch. Yeah, it's more balanced. There are no sharp notes. Like I said, it does not drink like 115. This one actually drank the hottest, to be honest with you, and this is 5 proof points lower. So I don't know, man. With that being said, let's get into the breakdown. So the number one question, I've already answered it once. Is it worth the chase? If you can get your hands on the bottle, it is worth the chase. I am a fan of this one right here. Of course, I'm a fan of Maker's Mark, but if you can get your hands on the bottle, get a bottle. If there's a store that you know that may say, hey, look, on this day, we are having a Maker's Mark Cellar Age drop, and you need to form a line outside, I would stand outside to get a bottle of this Cellar Age. Is it worth over retail? Retail is already $150. Like I said, $200 out the door. If I came across it, I know I would have did the same thing. I would have went up to 50 over retail. You know my 30, but 50, yeah. I would have went my 50 over retail. And like I said, it's a limited release product. It only comes out once a year. They are super hard to get. I would have had to drop the $200. Some places, like shout out to my buddy CA, shout out to Shane down in Texas. Those guys tell me that they've seen it in stores as high as 500. I am not going that high. I'm sorry, I can't do that. 200, yeah, we're talking. Would I give it to a new bourbon drinker? Honestly, man, I think I might have to say yes. Weeders drink softer anyway. It just at 115 proof, and you know, I know that I am an experienced bourbon drinker, but I think I would. I think I would try it. It does not drink like 115. I'm not going to say it drinks like 100 proofer, but it does not drink like 115. I would give a new bourbon drinker this and see what happens. If they feel like it's too hot, then hey, you know, no harm, no foul. But they may enjoy it, man. I mean, it's flavorful. That butterscotch just punches you right off the break. Will it always be on a bar? If I can find one, I will savor it. I mean, that thing will always be on the bar. I don't even want to pour this little bit left in this glass because I want to keep this little bit in case I ever get another Cellar Age to put it up against. So with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.